So you want to live a life that empowers people to find their FPI, their fulfillment, their purpose, and their impact. What in your life fulfills you?
The light switch click on for someone when they connect with themselves because they've reflected.
Every great leader you admire, no matter how much success they show, has something they're still working through. Today, we're not talking about the version of them you already know. We're talking about the version they don't always show. All right, my man, Najee, I appreciate you. Thank you for joining us on the show today. I'm real glad you're here.
I am thrilled.
Yeah, thank you.
When I got the invite, I was like, yeah,
let's go. Hey, when I saw that name and I saw you text me back, let's go. Hey, let's do it. Well, let's just get into it. I would love to know, is there something currently that you are facing? Is there an element of your life, your business, your leadership, a transition, an obstacle, anything you are currently facing or going through that'd be worthwhile for us to talk about today?
Yeah, I think so. So I would say it's the freedom, the fire, but also the frustration of clarity. I think I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out what exactly I want my life to be and what I want it to mean in the world around me. And now that I've received that clarity, I have freedom because I've spent a lot of time doing a lot of different projects and going after a lot of different goals. But there's also this fire, this sense of urgency that I have to be there and I have to get there
yesterday
because I know this is what I want to do. And I think all answers always demand a response. Like when you know something, you're always going to demand a response. But then there's this frustration because there's the reality that I live today and there's this gap. I call it grieving the gap, but there's this gap to where I want to be. And I think, and we talked about this, but I told you in 2 years, I would love to be away from corporate and I would love to be able to be free to tell the story I want to tell, make sure my life has the meaning that I want it to have and all the modalities that I want to do that in. However, I have created responsibilities for myself today that my job is taken care of.
Sure.
I have 2 young kids who are 2 and 4. I have all these I have made mistakes in my past that have consequences, right? That I am currently dealing with and unraveling and making sure that I'm handling and I need the income and all that stuff to do.
Sure.
Right. So it's like grieving that gap, having these current responsibilities. How do I honor both? And then I gave myself 2 years that I pinned myself in a hole by saying I'm doing this in 2 years because that 2 years requires ambition. It requires a ton of sacrifice, but sometimes my life doesn't always set up to allow for the type of activity that's needed.
Talk to me about what was the significance of 2 years?
Urgency, ready to just be out of the burnout and out of the tiresome commitment to signing up for someone else's vision and goal. So maybe it was, I pulled it out my pocket. Maybe, because as I'm continuing to get more answers to know the things that I need to actually be successful in what I want to do, I'm understanding that it takes time. Like if I want to write a book, thinking that I'm going to be replacing my income in 2 years from a book writing, my first book ever, it's kind of unrealistic in most stories, you know?
Right. But I think great stories were not built on reality.
Oh, of course.
And what makes a great story is that it was also reality. It's got to be both. It's the urgency of maybe the urgency is what, maybe the desire is what drives the urgency.
That's it. Yeah.
So then maybe if we go with that thought, what is driving the necessity? Or is it?
I would say there is a necessity. I would say there is.
Okay.
I think
that's important. If there is one, that's important.
Yeah, I think the necessity is the simple fact that I know what I can do and what I'm here to do.
And would you say that today you're not doing that?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
But it's the scale by which.
Okay.
So I guess the necessity is not that necessity is not the scale.
Okay.
Yeah. This necessity is not the scale.
Okay.
For sure.
But
the desire is the scale.
Okay. So which one creates the frustration?
I would say a little bit of both.
Tell me about
a little bit of both, because even though I am doing those things today, there are parts of me that just wants to do those things. And I don't want to do anything else. Now I know that.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Proportionally, we're always going to have to do things we don't want to do.
Sure.
But just
with the majority of the time that I have towards working, you would love it to be working towards this, not towards this.
Absolutely. Towards my life's work. Yep.
Yeah. Tell me about that last part. Would you say that what you have done so far is not towards your life's work?
No, I wouldn't. Not all the way. I believe that everything that we do, everything that we've experienced, everything that's happened to us, there's a thread in there that points to our life's work, equips us for our life's work, and reveals our life's work. So I believe that the clarity to what that thread is, though, for me personally, has put that fire under me. And I'm like, I have to get there.
What happens when you do?
I go deeper.
Yeah, I'm always curious for myself, and then I think by nature it makes me curious for you. I always thought it'd be fun to have a podcast one day. It is.
Yeah.
Then I thought it would be better to have a podcast that had guests. And it was. Then I thought it would be best to have a podcast with guests in person only. And that's true. But I still feel so dissatisfied. And am I dissatisfied because I haven't found the thing that makes me feel like I've arrived? Am I dissatisfied because I believe there's more and I don't know how to get there? Am I actually dissatisfied? I don't know. I don't know which one of those it is.
The answer to that question will only reveal more questions.
Yeah. What do you want your life to be about?
I want, at the end of the day, I would say that I want people to feel empowered and inspired to live a life marked by fulfillment, purpose, and impact, and enjoy doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to live a life that empowers people to find their FPI, their fulfillment, their purpose, and their impact. What in your life fulfills you?
Things like this.
Okay.
Connecting with other people. Seeing the light switch click on for someone when they connect with themselves because they've reflected or because they've noticed something in their lives. Seeing people move from a place of maybe despair to curiosity about what's ahead.
What gives you purpose?
What gives me purpose? I'm a man of faith, so I would say my creator gives me purpose. I would say that our creator gives us all purpose. And I don't think it's something we create. I think it's something that we, discover and fall upon.
And what impact are you making?
What impact am I making? I would say that. Like helping people in just the different spheres of my life to feel that empowerment and encouragement. Yeah. At least I would hope.
We'll go with a yes.
Yeah.
So you would say that you are living a life where you are currently empowered to live a life that is fulfilling, purposeful, and impactful?
I would, yeah.
And so, tell me what's inside the gap that you're grieving. Because you just told me you are actively doing and living the very thing you hope to help other people find.
Mm-hmm.
So what's inside this gap?
Time. I want to do more of it.
You want to do more of it with a different vehicle.
Yeah, absolutely. But then also just more of it. You know, I spend 8 hours of my day right now, and sometimes way more, working on products that help people experience financial planning, and I create their experience for how they view their financial goals. I don't really feel so much so that I get to live that out with the majority of my time in the day when I'm behind someone's desk talking product strategy. Do I get to have one-off moments and conversations and interactions? Absolutely.
Yep.
Do I understand that the overall of my job is creating something that makes someone's life better and easier? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you wouldn't do it if you didn't.
I mean, yeah. You know, I have the privilege to have that choice to do things that, you know, to have the choice to do what I wouldn't want to do. But like,
and you would love,
and I would love to spend more time doing it in the modalities and methods by which I would want to do that.
Yeah. I think I just keep coming back to you because I love the phrase. Well, I don't know if I love it, but I enjoy it. I love the phrase grieving the gap. I'm curious though as to why. I'm curious if time picks up and the speed increases if we gave the energy that we are currently giving to grieving the loss of something we haven't yet had, and we gave it towards the energy of building the thing we know we desire. And maybe it's just semantics. I know you at least well enough to know you are always in active pursuit of it. So this is not a statement about what I think you are or not doing. But I do think words matter. And so I guess I'm just curious as to what you're grieving the loss of. If in fact you believe that every step that you have taken is the step necessary to yield the direction and the path you hope to be on.
The question that I'm thinking of in my head is, does grief always have to be loss? Maybe it does.
I think it's a great question. By the way, I have no answer for that. I don't know. I think it's a great question. I think I hear grief and I think loss.
Because I don't think I've lost anything per se.
I agree.
Maybe I lose time in the now, but I don't think I've lost anything.
I agree.
I
agree. Which I think is what has made me so curious about the idea of grieving the gap. Is because I'm not.
Maybe grief could be maybe we could use a different word. Maybe there's an ache. Maybe there's just an ache or a yearning and a longing for more. And because it's not there yet, there's a sense of sadness. I don't know if we like ache. So
I like it. I like ache. I don't know.
But like if there's,
I know that you don't like the gap. So I know that's why grief exists, is because we wish it wasn't there.
So it's just that ache, you know? It's a good word. I think the other thing that I'm wrestling with right now is, frankly, what's going to get me there the fastest. Because there are,
and again, one more time, define for me there.
What's going to get me to that place where...
What's going to get you out of your current 9 to 5 the fastest?
Right, yeah, exactly. Like, what's going to get me out of my 9 to 5
the so fastest? I know what you mean, but I think for the context of your continued dialogue about it, I would encourage you to be as explicit as possible. Because if we talked about your FPI, your fulfillment, your purpose, and your impact is already there. We've already arrived. So we have no place to go.
What's going to get me to the place where my book is written? What's going to get me to the place where I'm speaking professionally? What's going to get me to the place where I'm coaching others and leading cohorts and having circles where we're dreaming together and understanding our identity and mapping out our life plan and et cetera?
Yeah.
Like, what's going to get me there the fastest?
Yeah.
If I want to speak or if I want to do coaching, I have to have a methodology. I have to have a framework. I have to test it. I have to iterate on it. That's going to take time. I'm looking at, heck, I can look at you. And just from our first conversation, I remember you had did something for 10 years prior to them. Like, well, I'm trying to do that too.
Yeah.
You know?
And you can. Yeah. Because when I started, I was doing it. It wasn't good, but I was doing it.
Yeah.
And yours is already going to be better than where mine was. So you don't have to wait 10 years. I fully believe that. I also don't think you need a book in order to be a professional. I also think you can speak professionally today. I also think you can start a cohort today. I think those are mechanisms by which they might generate the kind of income at a certain point so you no longer have to feel stuck to your current 9 to 5.
Right.
However, I think it's important that we differentiate when are we talking about the destination and when are we talking about the vehicle. Mm-hmm. And you have the vehicle now. Mm-hmm. Now, maybe we don't have enough time to execute that vehicle to yield the result we're hoping for, right? We can go on down there, but I think there's an element to that to go, why do you want to write a book?
It's a really great question. One, I love writing.
Okay. That is maybe the best first answer you could give.
Yeah. I've been writing since I was 7.
Okay. And so
I have journals stacked high in my closet from years and years and years.
So maybe you already have the book written.
Oh, absolutely. I was just talking to a friend the other day. I was like, I already have the book written. It just needs to come together cohesively in the page. It's all there.
And what would the purpose of this book be?
The purpose of this book would be to help people find the threads that would give them the clarity on what their life path
Great.
is.
This is how I know you're going to be successful, because you answered the question that I didn't ask in a way that was purposeful. Why do you want to write a book? Not what's the book going to do for me. Mm-hmm. Why do you want to write a book?
One, because I love writing.
Okay.
And I also believe that there's something in me that's unique. A lot of people have written books on purpose. A lot of people have done that.
Right.
But
you haven't.
I'm me, and I haven't.
Right.
And so I think that there's a particular person, there's a particular people that I'm meant to touch and leave a fingerprint on. And if I don't do this, then I would have missed out on what I'm actually here for.
Okay, so for me to be aggressive, so what are we waiting for?
Oh, we're not waiting. I think I'm doing it. Like, I'm in the process of writing. Like, my goal is to write 500 words a day. That's my goal. Do I hit that every single day? No, I absolutely don't, but that's my goal. I've been outlining my chapters. I've been filling out, my content, all that kind of stuff. I have my framework mapped out, my concepts mapped out, and I'm filling it out as I go. So I'm on the way. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I just get frustrated when that's interrupted by my website going down, and now I have to be on the call for 4 hours at night, and that's time I could have used.
I'm with you. I'm
writing.
Yeah.
I have a 2 and a 4-year-old who's screaming ambitiously at the top of their lungs, and I want to play with them as well. I mean, they're my precious little girls.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But I can't record a podcast in that environment, you know? And so just the different structures that are needed requires maybe a sacrifice that I don't even know if I can make, or that would not serve the people that I love and depend on me.
Right. Okay, so let's go to this question. What do you need?
I either need to be more patient and give myself more time, or I need to make that sacrifice. I think. I don't know. Sometimes I don't even know what I need all the time. And I've never been in front of what it looks like to get from the point A to point B.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about that.
Well, it's like this. It's like, I'll use an example. I used to see my dad work on his truck, like mechanics. He'd be under the hood. He'd work on it. I used to see him do real estate and construction projects and all that kind of stuff. So I know it's possible to renovate my home. I know it's possible to fix my own car, but I've never had I've never seen it step by step. I've never had the guidance, the mentorship or whatever. So now when I do things in my own home and I do things on my own car, I make a lot of mistakes, which is okay. Mistakes are fine. They help us learn. But I'm just clunking my way forward in a sense. And sometimes that can feel pretty lonely. I am thankful for the opportunities where I'm put in front of people who are doing it, have done it, and say, hey, I'm willing to help you. Like we've had a conversation, and the conversation that we had was wildly helpful. I learned a lot from just that, and I took away what I need to do is create my methodology and my framework and make sure I get that down on paper. I've done that, and now I'm about to test it. I'm going to start testing it actually this month with a group of people, right? But just having that focused guidance on, like how to just get there. Yeah. Mentorship.
If anything, what prevents you from asking for what you need?
So, great question. I realized that I've always been I've learned to be afraid to ask for help because it usually has come from the answer or response that I received usually came from a place of me seeming like a burden. And so I'm trying to unlearn that now. But when I do ask for help, I want to make sure that I have my ducks in a row and that I have my things together. So for example, like you say, hey, whatever you need, I'll help you. I'm like, okay, cool. So when I come back and ask for something, I need to have feedback. I need to have my framework and methodology to be reviewed. Like I need to have my ducks in a row because I've already been given instruction in a sense and I need to have that in a row. Then I can ask for help because then I won't be as much of a burden. So yeah, I've just learned to protect my sense of worth by not asking so I don't feel like a burden. Because if you respond to me like, fine, then I'm going to feel insecure and inconfident. And I don't always want to take that hit to my identity. Yeah.
I think that's a very, very fair answer. And I guess I could only speak from my place. I would encourage you to continue to trust that if someone offers to help, your responsibility is either to accept or deny. It is their responsibility to deal with their own conditions. Doesn't put us in a very protected place.
Yeah.
But it puts us in a pretty purposeful place. And I, like you, have had many people who said, yeah, hit me up, let me know. And I hit them up and then nothing. Or I hit them up and it was met with a invoice and which is fine, but that's not what I thought we were doing. And I've had plenty of people who said, I'll help. And anytime I asked, they always answered. And so I've tried to think about, what was the difference?
It was never you.
It was never me. It was never me. The only thing that I consistently did was ask for help. And not because I was incompetent. Because I, like you, don't know the steps. And I don't know the path. And I don't know the 5 things to do in a row to make it right, good, and even. I don't know. I've actually never done it. But I can tell you 42 years later, I've only ever wished that I had done something. Never have I wished that I didn't try. I would encourage you to release yourself from the responsibility of my reaction. And increase the responsibility of your ask.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I think I'm understanding right now that if I truly believe in what's placed in me, I will overcome the barrier of my asking.
Yes.
And I have noticed growth. And I realize I'm still budding too.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And I don't know that if you are on a constant pursuit in your life to create fulfillment, purpose, and impact of people around you because you deeply care about who they are, that ever goes away.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there are plenty of people that look around and go, man, Rocky, what is it like? You made it. You did it, dude. You got the podcast. You got the article in Success Magazine in print. It's 2 pages. You got clients. And you did it, dude. And I feel like I have barely scratched the surface of anything that is worthwhile. And, oh my God, can you believe that we're doing it?
Okay.
And can you see all of the amazing parts and the people we get to work with and a buddy of mine, he's a coach and consultant as well. We come from very different worlds, but we've sort of landed in the same place, and he's a little older than me. And I saw him post the other day on there. He was like, I have conversations, and this is sort of the world he lives in, but he said, I have conversations with millionaires daily, and those people are my clients. And I consistently wonder why people still think coaching doesn't work. And so I just took a step back when I read it, and I thought, number one, well done, my dude. Like my guys out there crushing.
Yeah.
Shit, so do I. I mean, I guess if revenue is important to people, I mean, I don't know, 2.5, 3.5, $2.5 to $3 billion is the amount of revenue for the organizations that I consult collectively.
Yeah.
And nobody cares. And dang, we're doing it. And what are we doing?
Yeah.
And got that show in 4K. And 7 people watch it. And the list, list goes on forever, right? Yeah. So I think there's something really beautiful, both about, I would say, about where each of us are in the journey that we're on. Is it everything you hope you are ever going to accomplish, you are accomplishing? And, oh man, it's going to be so good. And, man, it is so good. And neither of us will get there by ourselves. But we for sure won't get there if we don't ask.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's interesting how I feel like I've been seeing, and it's been continuously revealed to me that the people who are able to do the things that they want to do at scale have all asked for help.
100% of them.
Yep.
Us.
100%.
But I believe we often do a disservice because we communicate a message that says we were self-made.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And a message that revenue matters. So as you're on your way and you're becoming and you're doing it small, quote unquote, and you are doing the fulfilling and impactful things already, it feels like a not yet because
I haven't hit a number that somebody else deemed to be the appropriate number for me to say I was successful.
Yeah.
I would love though to challenge and encourage you, because I have found in my journey, it is maybe the single greatest superpower I have found is to have the ability to take every external metric by which the general population says is valuable, and that when I meet a human being, to immediately get rid of all of it.
I believe that 1000%.
And I think there is such a power that comes along with that who cares? And I'm so pumped and I can't wait to hear about it. And it doesn't matter. And it's so fun. We had a guest on earlier. It was a professional athlete for a decade. Awesome. I think it's incredible.
Yeah.
My son's going to freak. Right?
Yeah.
Like, and he told me that he does pitching lessons. I'm like, you better just hold on tight, bro, because we're coming.
Right.
We're coming. And you don't know what he's doing, but we're coming.
Right.
And he's going to go get in his car and he's going to drive home. And he's going to go see his wife and he's going to go find his son. And he's going to do the exact same thing you and I are. And they're going to make a decision about dinner. They're going to try not to lose their temper and yell and be as loving and kind as they can. They're going to apologize when we screw it up. And we're going to go to bed. We're going to wake up the next day and we're going to try to do it again. Which is what you're currently doing. And so, yes, I agree with you that I am very hopeful that sooner than later, the mechanism and the vehicle by which you're able to commit to your FPI changes to the vehicle and mechanism that you would prefer. Can't wait. And it happens every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are moments I know that intellectually.
Mm-hmm.
I even know that when I get to this certain there that I say I want to be, method, mode, impact, scale, whatever, that I won't be content and I will be content.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be like, wow. And I'm like, all right, what's next?
Yep.
And I'm going to be like, yo, this is crazy. And I'm going to be like, yo, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing? You know?
Yep.
And I know, but I want my body to know
Yep.
it when I'm sitting in front of my computer trying to work.
Yep. Yep.
When
So I wonder then very, very, very simply, because I, if it's not simple, I can't understand it. Then I think let's not call it a gap, because a gap is something that has to be filled and that we can't get through until it's done. I think that's why I keep going back. For some reason, I can't get rid of it. I can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
But if it's something intellectually that you know, then there is no gap. If there's something physically though that we don't yet feel, and it feels like there is a gap, then gaps either have to be filled with something so that I can cross, or I have to give myself a different metaphor so there's not a gap or a canyon or a chasm for me to cross. Rather, there is just another simple step for me to take. If you knew that there were 5,900 more steps to take, and I could give you that number, you would take every one of them and you would count them down one by one. And it wouldn't be a gap. It would go hill, it would go mountain, it would go path, it would go hike. We could change it all, right? And you would never question them.
Never say.
You would do every one of them.
Yeah.
And every day you'd be at that desk, you'd be like 587, 586, 584, right? You would be counting them bad boys down until you got to the place you knew you wanted to be. But if it's a gap, what do we do? We're perpetually creating something that we can't measure in hopes that someday it goes away.
We're catapulting ourselves back and taking a sprint, hoping we can jump to
a proverbial place that we're not even sure what it is.
Where we'll land. Yeah. That's such an interesting metaphor, because you're right. I would never look at a set of stairs and be like, wow, I'm here.
How will I ever get there? That's right.
Know? Yeah. Like, I would never call it a gap. It's just
so maybe
steps I need to take.
So maybe let's go full circle.
That's good.
So maybe we do need to grieve the gap. Maybe we need to grieve the fact that the gap is gone.
I'm not grieving that.
I know. I'll just wait for you to change it around for me. I agree.
I'm not grieving that. Yeah.
Because I don't think the action that you're taking every day is an attempt to fill a gap. I think the action you're taking every day is to go one continuous step towards a place that you hope to consistently arrive at.
Yeah.
Again and again and again and again.
Yeah.
Over and over and over.
Yep.
On repeat.
Yep. It's like, I talk with a friend, we go through questions and light bulbs go off and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, okay, how can I feel that again? And how can I feel it again faster? It's like I'm a fiend for it, you know? Like, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah, it is present.
That's why I love this, man. I love rapping with you.
Mm-hmm. It's present.
Yeah.
It's happening now.
Yeah, like I feel when I just said, like, I feel like when I sit down in front of the computer, like my body just does not understand. I feel tense. I feel like, all right, I gotta go. I gotta get this. But I just feel this sense of rest right now to where it's like, it's not an emergency.
I love that. It's not an emergency.
Yeah.
And yet I can always have urgency.
Yep. Yeah. Like I can't sit still. I can't not do something with what I know.
Mm-hmm.
I have to be passionate about that and ambitious about that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not an emergency.
Mm.
As you like to do. And it's not an emergency.
There it is. He's listening. He's listening to us.
Listening. Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good. Yeah. I think that's a pretty good place to land. It's a pretty good place to land.
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate you.
I love that. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. How often can you remind yourself that your ambition, your drive, and your urgency is not an equation for an emergency, but rather a reminder that the speed and the accuracy and the passion that I put in is yielding the purpose, the fulfillment, and the impact that I hope to be creating is not a place for me to arrive.
Yep.
It's an activity for me to continue.
It's good.
It's good. It's good. If you ever found yourself like my friend here thinking through, where am I at? How can I hurry up and get there? Why have I not reached the place I want to be? Why don't I have the level of success that I think I'm supposed to have? I would encourage you to join me this month for our leadership training. You can go to rockygarza.com/confidence, invite your friend, invite your team, maybe most importantly, invite yourself. And we would absolutely love to see you there. Till next time, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for listening to this week's podcast. Join us next week for the part 2 conclusion of our conversation, and don't forget to join us this month for our leadership training. You can register you and your team at rockygarza.com/confidence.